Yo guys, before we start today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, For One Games. If you guys are in the market for anything Yu-Gi-Oh related, whether it's singles or single product, be sure to check out their website, ForOneGames.ca. And if you're looking for singles, use code TEAMVLR for 10% off. It supports the channel, and we really appreciate it. Now, anyways, on to today's video. Got my boy, Jonathan here, and you kind of did a thing.
I did.
You did a thing.
Yeah, I'm seeing double.
Yeah, so what did you do?
What did I do? I went to Texas, went to Austin, and in the WCQ, I went undefeated in Swiss. So that was 12 straight rounds of grueling Tenpai matches. And then I finished with a top 32 finish. You can watch the VOD of my top 32. I was on the feature match. And yeah, I had a great time. This is amazing.
All right, let's get in on the profile.
Alrighty, so yeah, we're just gonna start at the beginning like usual, right?
Yes, that's typically how they go.
So I'm gonna start with saying I played 1 Dora and 2 Pydras. I think that with the advent of Genroku, I think that this is the best ratio. In no way did I want the second. I never wanted the third Pydra, and Dora is like objectively a better normal summon, like in like technically, but it's only procs on normal summon, and it's a little bit more niche in general. So I would only play one, and it's an easy side out as well sometimes. But I thought it was really good, and I wouldn't cut it, and I think this ratio is good. I then played the 3 Chandra. There should be nothing special about this. And then I played the 2 Genroku. You know what? I've seen some lists playing 1 Genroku, and I think that's probably not incorrect necessarily. It might be just like a preference thing, because you'd rather Genroku in deck, but having Genroku to normal summon is fine. And the level modulation and everything, like, is fine. You'll see in my feature match, I did draw 1 Genroku, but I just like discarded it from summoning, and that's fine. So like, those are all the Tenpais I played. It was also fun because I got a Field Center with us with the best card.
Yes,
and yeah,
best.
So
Wait a minute.
Those are the Tenpais.
Well, isn't there supposed to be another one? I thought there was another one.
Is there? Oh yeah, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Fadra.
This, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, now that I think about it, I did play 1 Fadra, and you know what? Friends, don't let friends play more than 1 Fadra.
Yes.
Please, you've heard it here. Don't play more than 1 Fadra.
1,000,000%. Please stop debating it. You're just
it's
wrong.
It's not a debate. I'm sorry. It's like so incorrect.
Yes.
Yeah. He was always there. When the world needed him least, he was always there.
He was always there. Same for me.
Then I played everything else pretty standard. 3 Kaiman, 3 summoning, 1 terraforming, 3 Kaiman, 3 Pot of Prosperity. You know what? Like, with the advent of Genroku, Prosperity becomes a much better card. Like, it's non-engine, it's engine without normal summon. It's really good. So I think that this is 100% correct. I know there are some people out there that would cut Prosperity to 2, but we don't talk about those people. All right. I also played 2 Fenrir. I think this is important to talk about because the 2 Fenrir specifically was great. Usually, you don't draw 2 Fenrir.
Yeah.
But if you play less Fenrir, the chance of drawing 2 Fenrir is lower. Fenrir is good going first and good going second. And the fact that you can add the Fenrir to pitch off of Seng and Summoning is incredibly relevant because you do want all the cards in your hand to stay in your hand and provide value against your opponent.
Yep.
All right. And then here are all the cards that make the deck worth playing. I'll play 1 Nib, 2 Droll, 3 Molt Charmies, 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring, 2 Ghost Mourners, 3 of my Spirit Animal, and 3 Imperm. I might just talk, and Mag. I'll just talk about the hand traps first. I got 3 more cards, but I think, I really think that, all of us, Cinna and JK, I think we locked it in with the hand traps incredibly well. We talked a lot about the, optimal ratios and what hand traps to play. I think that you were definitely misplaying if you did not max out on Shifter and Mulcharmy. Mulcharmy is an amazing card, and I just think that I don't know if other decks should main it, but I think that Tenpai absolutely should. Shifter and Mulcharmy, they skip turns. Mulcharmy as well is kind of a deterrent. I've actually had a lot of my opponents, after I Mulcharmy, they actually just pass, like on nothing, which is fine. I think they think that they're being slick and they're not giving me draws or things like that.
No.
But realistically speaking, when all of the other cards in your deck represent over 8,000 damage on board, it really doesn't make any sense.
No.
One of my matchups, I de-shifted, and then on res I Mulcharmied, and then they stopped. They didn't do anything, thinking that I couldn't kill. But I did the Quibeld line, if you know, you know, and it was really easy.
Was that Hoban?
It wasn't Hoban.
Oh,
it was somebody else
someone
around 9 or around 8, something like that.
Okay.
As well, like you might think that there's some anti-synergy here with like Droll and Mulcharmy. I don't think so. I think that most of the searches are done with normal summon monsters. So Mulcharmy will replace itself, and generally Droll is just better to stop your opponent, and you get to choose if you want Droll or not. But yeah, I think Mulcharmy is really cool. I think it's like a cool, very cool designed card, because it gives your opponent a choice, and it's not like the Max C choice.
No.
It really gives your opponent a choice to mess up or to not. And I think that, when cards give your opponent a choice, if you are, better than them or you're more skilled, then they might make the wrong choice, and you get rewarded for that. So I think Droll was really good. Unfortunately, I played some U-Bells and this wasn't super good. I did side it out a lot, but I think as a main hand trap, it was really good.
It is still good against U-Bell. It's just,
it was.
at least in your in your feature match, he just drew a custom hand.
Yeah, and that's fine. Happens, right? So I'll just talk about these ones first. I think this was perfect. I think that Valor is just like not very good in this. In this, I think Valor's not very good in this deck specifically, and in my list.
Sure.
I wanted to reduce the amount of de-shifter conflicts, right? And I wanted to make sure most of my hand was playable no matter what. The only other one was Droll and Lockbird, but Droll and Lockbird is so good, like it's so high impact that I would just play it on the off chance. And I think Impermanent Ash are just I think the best, most generic hand traps, and instead of Valor, Mourner. And I think Mourner has a lot of different applications in the meta as well. Being able to be used in any phase, against Tenpai mirrors, it's really good too. So that's the hand trap lineup. The one mag is so good, and multiple times in the tournament I banished Shifter and then drew Shifter and Shifter again.
Very satisfying.
It's really good, and with Genroku, it feels very, very good to resolve this card in the end phase. I played one Nib. You might think this is kind of odd. Like, why would you play one Nib? Don't you want to see it? You don't see it very often. The thing is, I think that in general with like modern deck building sensibilities, people have to be a little bit more open to not playing 3-ofs for everything. In my opinion, Nib is a hand trap that I never want to see to it. Never. And and the only way to guarantee you don't see 2 of a hand trap is to play only one. Nib on its own, unfortunately, with modern decks, it rarely is the winner, right? It rarely is the turn ender that it was when it came out, but it does combo incredibly well with all of my other hand traps. Another thing that I want to point out with Mulcharmy is I played 2 Droll, I played 1. Mulcharmy makes the math on drawing some of these hand traps so much more favorable. So it really does flip the deck building on its head. Okay, and then the last 3 cards, I played these 3. I played a Lightning Storm and a Feather Duster. I think that these were better than playing another hand trap personally, or another 2 hand traps, just because I want to bait out the Desiree. There's still Runic Stun, there's still Labyrinth that at the top tables, and I think that even doing something like getting rid of Imperms or Skill Drains or things like that is really good. And then I lastly played 1 Rivalry of the Warlords. I think that this was the correct pick. It was this or the new trap, but I think that this is much, much better. Just because I thought in top cut or near the top tables, when people figure out what I was playing, they would make me go first. And I think that I played a lot of Fiendsmith Snake Eye, and this card is very good against it. And I was only actually told to go first, like once or twice. But this card was really good almost all the time. So I think that this is like a great main deck card. All right. Okay, I'll do the extra deck. I'll actually do the links first. I played Hierarch Seal, Hida, Princess, SP Little Knight, and then the OTK package with Zealantis and Raging Phoenix. So I think Seals is kind of self-explanatory, so I'm not going to really explain that far. I think in general, the link package is good, important, and needed. I actually never went into this link package in this tournament, though in testing towards this event, I would go into the link package all the time. And one thing that I found is, if you could not OTK, or your Biden gets negated, you kind of wanted something else to do, other than Seals Pass, or maybe you went through the Seals or something. Hida into Princess, into Zealantis, into another Fire is quite good, I think. And giving something that provides pressure on your opponent's turn that doesn't just use more synchros is really good.
We have the winner of the rescue.
Right, so those were the links. I'm going to talk about the synchros. I'll do this one last. I played Quibelt, Black Rose Moonlight, Black Rose Dragon, 2 Bidents, Transcendent. I'll actually just start with these. These are, I think, pretty obvious. You could play another Transcendent. It never came up with me. I think, like, kind of in general, by the time you're getting to the second Transcendent, you probably should have won, and something is maybe going wrong. I never got Unicorn, so I mean, there's kind of variance there, but I think it was good. I think 2 Biden is great too. And then I think these are also kind of standard. Like Quibelt, I think you absolutely need it. Without Quibelt, you cannot just use Chandra or just Pydra to OTK under Shift. So you need this. This is a good card, bouncing, it's mandatory. I only Black Rosed 1 time in the entire tournament. I think that you need to have this card in your extra deck, just kind of like as a scare tactic, mostly. Like, I think the threat of this card is more important than the actual card. But it was actually funny in my match against Hoven. He actually just goes to battle phase to attack Chandra. I summoned Fadra, and then end of battle phase, I played Black Rose. He actually didn't know that I played this, and I actually Black Rosed him for like 4 monsters, 2 back row, Temple, a lot of good cards. So that was value.
Really good.
I played Ruddy Rose. This is a great other level 10. Kind of one of those, like, if you don't kill him and Snake Eyes or Graveyard deck, you're so far ahead. I played Trident Dragon. I do not have friends, and so I just paid money for this. That was good, I guess. Card was good. I did use it. I did win games with this that I would not have won otherwise. And the last card was Samurai Destroyer. This card was so good, and I'm very glad that I was able to find one before the event, because I originally didn't have one and couldn't find one, but I did. And this card is really, 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 really good. And you'll see in my feature match the sort of insane plays you can do against Ubel. This is really only for Ubel, though I'm sure it has other applications and other matchups. But this was really, really, really good, and you'll see that combo if you watch the feature match. Okay, last thing I'm going to talk about is the side deck. So I played 1 Quackmere Dragoth. Thank you very much, JK, for the ulti for the profile. You need this to go first against Ubel. I did not side this against literally any other matchup. I don't think it's good enough in Snake Eyes. I think there's too many outs, and if you're not summoning follow-up off of Seals, you're not threatening battle phase either. So don't do that. I think
Also,
this is
like,
just for Ubel. But
half their
Ubel's
deck
kind of
is fires anyways.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Ubel is a hard matchup, so
Yep.
you kind of need things that give you the edge.
Yep.
I'm not trying to play a fair game of Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, never.
Okay, I played then 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Generally, if I'm going second against Snake Eyes, I would play all 3 of these because I find the way that I lose is to skill drain.
Yep.
Shout out to every skill drain user having 2 skill drains every time. I would have the out to one of them,
Yep.
and then they would flip the other one. I'd be kind of upset about that, but it happens. I played 3 Droplet. I actually never drew this. I did side it in once or twice. Theoretically, against Ubel going second, in case you don't draw a shifter or a blowout card like that, you just need things that negate Ubel and Phantom and other things like that. So, yep. I'll do these last. Then I played 3 different Dimension Ground and 2 Solemn Judgment. This was Team Villar's Matt's decision, and it was so good. DDG going first is really good. In some matchups, I have to go first. Against Snake Eyes in game 2s and 3s, I choose to go first, and that throws people off, and I side basically these 5 cards. It's Floodgate and Protect the Floodgate. But a couple of the Ubel matchups I played against, I would actually Solemn Judgment the Phantom when they made it.
Yeah, so good.
That was
so
great too. It was
satisfying.
very plus, and it was really good.
Yep.
So I think that these are like the best going first cards. I wouldn't play anything else. All right, and the last cards I played were 2 Santa Claus. I like this card. I know Team Villar's Matt does not like it that much.
I am not a fan.
Not
but
a fan.
You continue.
But I like this very much. I did draw it a couple of times. Really, like, I respect Pearly. I can play any Pearly, but I also respect Ubel so much that even going second, having this to tribute over Ubel, tribute under Virudus or whatever, right? It's really good. Fun fact: this is a Light Fiend. That's so you gotta get rid of it. You can't. In this meta, you cannot leave Light Fiends just anywhere. A Light Fiend that gives your opponent a card. So.
And it's level 6.
And it's level 6, yeah.
Yeah.
But it summons the defense, and that's important.
Yeah.
So, that's good. And then the last card I played was Truest Form. I was in between a couple of cards here. This would have been maybe DD Crow, which I thought was actually probably really good too. But I think this is just really good in the Ubel matchup. I think it's fine to focus on the matchups you have the hardest time with. So I think it was really good. Jerusalem, I just thought was really good. I have got no problems with this. I did draw it a couple of times. Same kind of math with the one hand trap and the Mulcharmies and whatever. And that's it. That is the whole deck profile.
Cool.
The deck performed incredibly well. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Really liked it. I think that this is a deck that maybe attracts sort of newer players, maybe players that don't have all of the know-how or of the more niche rulings. But I think this is a deck that really rewards you for knowing those rulings, really rewards you for good technical play, even though some games feel like they were completely unlosable because your hand was so good. But I had a great time. This is my first WCQ, and I went undefeated, and it was great. And I just want to, shout out to Team VLR, of course. Matt and JK were just the best roommates.
So proud of you, sweetie.
The best roommates. We bonded over the Tenpai duelists.
Yes.
The dragons that bind us together. So this was honestly a great time, and I'm happy I made it this far.
All right.
And
And any other shoutouts?
Yeah, so I wanted to shout out, I think first and foremost, I actually really want to shout out my wife and my infant son. Those who know me know that I was actually going to go to the Nationals last year in Raleigh before the birth of my son. And unfortunately, my grandfather passed away suddenly that week. I couldn't go, and I was devastated for the death of my grandfather. I was devastated that I had practiced so much, and I was looking really forward to going to my first WCQ, and I wasn't able to. And my wife really helped me with everything, with booking the flights and doing everything of that sort. and just supporting me, through the grieving process and everything. So, I'm very happy that, this year she was very supportive in telling me that I really should go. I really should go to the nationals and have a good time. And I'm very, very grateful, eternally grateful. Otherwise, shout out to New Realm Games,
Yes.
the locals that we go to,
Yep.
and everybody from the group chat. Everybody was really cheering me on the whole weekend. Going undefeated is amazing. Talking to people about this was really, really great. So this is amazing. I didn't have anything else to say.
Okay. Well, guys, let us know what you thought of the deck profile. Say it in the comments below, and Team Valor is out.
Cool. Thanks.